see through the dark. She can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn. She be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen. She be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.
Is that better? Sounds a lot better. Okay. So again, hey Buttercup, hey lady, what's going on? Okay, my drip ain't came back yet. That's okay. That's okay. I can dance now. She. Y'all silly. Yes, please like and subscribe, please. Um. Okay, there's drip. All right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back. My bad. I did not know, but that's why I got you beautiful, wonderful, miraculous moderators. I love y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. She said, "Hey y'all again." Yes. What y'all been up to? How's everything been? I've been battling. I was battling a headache all day yesterday. A headache that literally had me weak. It was like in and out for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I was cool enough. I was talking to Drip on the phone, but it was still there, right? And so she and I hung up, and I got up, and with the little bit of strength that I had, I went and took a shower, thinking maybe the shower, the steam would help me feel a lot better, and I just felt fresh, but I didn't feel better as far as the headache was concerned. So I told my husband, because he was at work, and I laid down, and I pretty much spent the day sleeping, thinking maybe it was because I had woken up too soon or whatever. But I'm like, dang, it's 6 o'clock in the evening now. I've been sleeping. Like, I haven't, you know what I mean? Like, my body isn't rejuvenated yet. So the last time I got up to go to the restroom, as I'm walking back to the couch, I noticed the blue light was on my Febreze air booster. Okay. And in case you guys don't know, Febreze have come out with a different air freshener that sits on your console. You can plug it up, and it has buttons on it, certain settings that you can put it to a certain frequency as to how much and how frequent it sprays out. And it has a button on top that says boost. And because the air was on and I smoke cigarettes, I don't like for my house to smell like it. So I'm pressing this boost button to keep my house smelling fresh. Never know when the grandkids gonna come over. Doobie is home, and I'm just not subjecting him to that smell. You know what I mean? And so I hit that boost, and as soon as I sit down on the couch, my head starts pounding again. And I'm like, oh, it's this damn air freshener. Because the house had been closed up for like 2 days. And I'm like, it's this air freshener. So I got up and I turned it off. And luckily, we had gotten some rain yesterday. And so it cooled off dramatically. So my husband opened up everything upstairs. I opened up all the windows down here. And I laid down. I went back to sleep for a few hours. And I woke up that evening, late yesterday evening, and I felt better. And that's what it was. The air freshener was too close to me. It was in the living room with me. And it needs to be like in the foyer somewhere where it's not in direct line of me, because that's since I turned it off, I haven't had a headache. So that's what I believe it was, because like I said, since I turned it off, I've been cool. So that's just a little FYI, guys. I think I'm gonna go back to the plugins instead of the one that sits on the console. Or I'm just gonna keep it turned way down, and I'll put it at the far side of the living room where it's not so close to me, where I don't have to walk past it and that sort of thing. I think that's what I'm gonna do, or put it in the far side of the dining room, one or the other. But I had to get it away from me. And I mean, y'all, my head was pounding to the point where, like, light, I was sensitive to light. I didn't want to move. It was one of those. It was almost a migraine. Almost. So yeah, that's what I was dealing with yesterday. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. I didn't even cook yesterday. I did not clean my kitchen yesterday. And neither did they. All they had to do was load the dang dishwasher and clean off the surfaces. They ain't even do that. Like, boys and men can't do nothing without us, y'all. My God. I woke up this morning and my kitchen looked like I was unavailable. Okay. Dang. So anyway, nobody gonna tell me what y'all did yesterday? I guess not. I guess not. Okay. Lady, what you been doing on your channel, girl? What you been doing? I ain't missing nothing, am I? I might have to go look, Bookie. I might have to go look because I don't get any notifications, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to go and look. Girl. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. If you ain't seen me over there, why haven't you said anything to me? Because I haven't been over there because I haven't gotten any notifications. That's a fact. You know I like and love all your stuff. You know I do. And if I haven't been over there, I don't know why you ain't said nothing to me. Buttercup said I relaxed my aching bones all yesterday. I know that's right. Yes. I had to take a day for me. Yep. Oh, goodness. So, all today, y'all know me. I look for stuff that reaches out to me to talk to you guys about, right? And I try to give us all a break with heartache and things being done to kids and things being done to women and our teenagers and all of that. I try, and the injustices and police brutality and all that kind of stuff. I try to give us a break every now and then and talk about something different. And so today, while I was indeed surfing YouTube, I come upon this story, or this reaction, I guess you can call it, to how women are truly damaging their crown, their hair. I don't understand what it is. And this is no judgment. Understand me. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't take away from what I'm saying negatively. I'm talking about it because I care. I'm talking about it because apparently other people are not. They're gossiping about it, they're giggling about it, but I'm bringing it to the forefront because somebody need to talk about it. Okay? So if this applies to you, please just hear me. Hear me coming from a loving place because I care. Because I want us all to look good. I want us all to look our best. Genetically possible and cosmetically possible. Some women, I don't know if we all understand, everybody is not made genetically to have long hair. It's just not in our genes. It's just not. It's not in our DNA. We can make our hair our hair healthy, absolutely, but not everyone can have long hair. All of that crap that's on the shelves is total BS. I want y'all to know that. It's total BS. Okay? Don't get sucked up in the hair grow crazy paraphernalia and propaganda that's on these commercials, infomercials, and on these shelves. It's a bunch of BS. I'm here to tell you. Okay? What's going on, Spec? Thank you for joining us. What is happening instead, ladies, is your regimen, whatever it is that you started doing because this product told you it would help your hair grow, it's not the product, it's your regimen. It's the fact that you're moisturizing your hair, you're brushing your hair, you're combing your hair, you're massaging your scalp, you are paying your crown some attention. That's what's making your hair grow. And it's still, if it is not in your genetic makeup, it still will not grow long. Not long. Healthy? Yes. Long? No. Okay? It just is what it is. Right? It just is what it is. Now, that is why at a certain length, some of our hair starts to break off. Some of our hair starts to thin out. That's why. You can ask anyone with integrity. Anyone with integrity. Okay? It's a certain, well, thank you, Spec. Thank you for the gems, baby. Thank you, love. Thank you, boo. Now, I will say this, and it might sound like a contradiction, and I hope it doesn't. I hope that you guys just get what I'm saying. There was an era, 70s, 80s, when the Jerry curl was out. The Jerry curl. Oh, man, listen. That Jerry curl had folks walking around here with hair down to their ass. Like that ass. That Jerry curl. Yeah, it was dripping all over the place and all that kind of stuff. But not everybody's was dripping, right? Some people knew how to do it in the right way. But the Jerry curl had a lot of people with a lot of hair. Lady said couldn't tell me a thing. I know that's right, lady. And because it happened to my two cousins. All right, two of my cousins. And it was the funniest, it was the most odd thing. One had jet black hair and one had red hair. It's a family thing on their mother's side of the family. But anyway, when she gave them, and it happened to my brother as well. when my aunt gave my two cousins and my brother their Jerry curl, oh man, my brother had never had so much damn hair. It had never been so long. Never had so much hair. And my cousins, their hair was long. I mean, down their backs. It was beautiful. Oh man, it was beautiful. And then they stopped wearing the curls, and their length was gone. It was gone. Their hair was never so long again. Hey, Miss White, how you doing, boo? Hey, hey. Thank you for joining us. And so I don't know what the Jerry curl and those chemicals did to people, because everybody that I know that had the curl, every female that I know, their hair was long as shit. It was. And then when they reversed it and never, redid it, never wore the curl anymore, it just their length just went away. Yeah, it was messing up people's clothes, but that's because they didn't know what they was doing. Spec. That's what that was. People want to walk around here dripping and flinging juice all over the place. That's what that was. Or they needed to change their moisturizer. That's all they had to do. you know. But because there's a limit to everything. You know what I'm saying? Some people was really overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the one exception to the rule, in my opinion. I am not a cosmetologist, but I've been living a long time. So I'm just giving my opinion on the fact that it's our regimen that is affecting the growth of our hair, or the healthiness or the lack thereof of our hair and our scalp. Our scalp. Because if the ground is not right, if it's not treated and fertilized and done right, your grass won't grow. Your vegetation won't grow. So you got to start doing your scalp right. Miss White said I couldn't stand a man with jerry curls back in the day. I was too young, so I didn't have to. I was young. I was a shorty when the jerry curls were out, and then I was a teenager towards the end of them. So I didn't have to. All of my uncles had them. One of my brothers had them. You know, yeah, a couple of my female cousins, and yeah, aunts and stuff. hmm Everybody who didn't want to comb their damn hair had a jerry curl. But so yeah, we have got to start thinking about our scalp. Where's the hair coming from? Because if the foundation of your house is not cool, if it's not stable, your house gonna fall, right? So if your scalp is not stable, if it's not healthy, your hair won't grow properly. It just won't. And inside of our scalp, we have these things called hair follicles, right? Hair follicles. If y'all were to take a strand of hair right now, and not from the ends of that strand, but from the scalp of that strand, and pull it out, you'll see something white on the bed of that hair. That's because you pulled it from the hair follicle, right? And like in law enforcement, when they have to pull your hair for toxicology tests, that's how they pull it. They don't just cut hair, they pull it from your scalp, because they want it from what's inside all the way to the end. Because your hair can tell motherfuckers all your business. Yes, times have changed, Spec. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's on steroids now. It is. Women have taken, and as I understand now, men too. Men are getting, fronts as well. I don't know what they call them, but men are getting hair glued on their head now as well. But anyway, this is about the women that's getting their hair braided. This is about us, because I've never ever, never ever worn a lace front. I never have. I've always had a head full of hair. I've always had, unless I got it cut. My hair has never been short if it was not my choice. Ever. I've had long hair my entire life. That is not a flex. That's a fact. And it's a goddamn headache. I'm ready to get it cut right now. But every time I say it, lady scrunch up her nose. Ebony Rose scrunch up her nose. My husband get to talking about why. Why? It's women out there buying what you've got. Man, listen, I don't care. It ain't women out there carrying the pain in my neck that I got to carry because this mess is heavy. Okay, stop playing. Spec says from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Absolutely, Spec. So I want to talk to the ladies. I want to talk to everybody about conditioning and treating your scalp. Your scalp is where your hair lives. Your scalp is the reason why you have hair. And if we don't treat it right, why should it treat you right? Right? If we don't give the scalp what it needs, why should it give us what we want? I'm going to say that again. If we don't give our scalp what it needs, why should it give us what we want? Which is a beautiful crown of hair. Why would it do that? When we're neglecting it, right? Your man neglect you, you gonna give him what he want? No. I don't think any of the women that I'm seeing in my chat would do that. I know damn well I won't. Okay? So, we've got to start researching, because these pharmaceutical companies, they do not care. Oh man, listen, they don't give a damn about us. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what walk of life you live. It doesn't matter what hairstyle, what your zip code is. The pharmaceutical companies don't care about none of that. All they care about is their bottom line, getting the money. And they will put out whatever kind of commercial, whatever kind of propaganda, whatever kind of impulse buying messages to get you to pick that up, look at it, put it in your cart, and take it home. That's all they care about. That's it. That's why certain things sit right there at the register. Those are called impulse purchases. And sometimes it's things about our hair. Now, y'all have got to start reading the ingredients. Make sure that the front of the bottle reflects in the ingredients. You have your cell phone. Stand there for a minute and Google some stuff. Educate yourself. Make sure that what you're buying is going to give you what you want. Right? Look at the ratings. See what everyone is really saying. Look, like when you're sitting at home and you're kind of bored, look up stuff about the products that you buy. The good and the bad. Look at the reviews. And then you go from there. But first and foremost, we've got to start putting sulfur and parabens in our hair. All it does is strip our hair. We black women are born with all the good stuff. We're born with the good stuff, right? The moisturizer, all of the good juices. We got that. We're born with it, right? That's why we don't need a whole lot of stuff when it comes to the natural process of things. We just don't. But our scalp still requires our attention as far as when we're washing our hair. We have to use the proper shampoo. Just because the bottle is pretty doesn't mean it's giving us what we need. You understand what I'm saying? Just because it works on Caucasian hair does not mean it'll work on yours. A lot of times, the products that that Caucasians use will strip your hair. It will strip it because they don't want oily hair. We can't help but to have it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so they're deliberately using products that dries their hair out, short of dandruff, of course, but y'all know that's a different issue. Right? Spec says definitely have to check the ingredients and the reviews. Absolutely. Lady says facts. Miss White says that's with anything today. I read up on everything. Absolutely. Spec says right. Rhonda says, I don't know why I forget to turn these comments on. Miss White says you have to eat the right foods for your hair as well. I was going to get there, Miss White. Yep. They stay washing their hair, so I see the stripping. Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing that we have to know is that our hair does not require washing every day. I tell my son that, y'all, I tell Doobie that all the time. You don't have to wash your hair every time you take a shower, son. You're a black young man. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You're washing away all the good stuff. Stop doing that. Number one. Number two, the shampoo that I buy, I've researched it, and it's the good stuff. You don't have to do that. You're wasting it. Stop doing that. And by all means, stop putting shower gel in your hair. All ladies, please don't do that. Please don't put shower gel in your hair. Please don't. It puts a film on your hair that's very damaging. A lot of doctors don't even think that shower gel is good for us, our bodies, let alone our hair. Right? So please don't do that. If you don't have the proper kind of shampoo, just don't wash your hair. It'll be okay. We're of the good stuff. One day won't hurt. Y'all feel me? One day won't hurt. So I have here a video that I'm going to play, but I'm going to read to you the transcript. Thank you, Spec. Girl, you just showing out here today, lady. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. I'm going to read the transcript because the woman has a very deep accent. And I can barely understand what she's saying. So I'm not going to assume that y'all can understand everything she's saying. So I'm just going to read it, and it's music playing and all that kind of stuff. And so I don't want my video to get stricken. So I'm going to read it while I play the video. Miss White says, my daughter stay looking up vitamins and foods for her hair because her hair is very healthy. Absolutely. Now, when it comes to eating properly, proteins are a must. Spec. You know what, girl? You are showing out. Thank you, baby. I love you for this. Thank you, boo. Um, Proteins are a must. Water is a must. Naturally sweetened fruit is a must. The kinds of vegetables that will help are cucumbers, um, cantaloupes, celery, things that are naturally, they have water in them, right? Like watermelon. Um, and y'all can look up the rest, right? I know that rosemary, the spice rosemary is good, cloves are good, and all of these can be in their natural form or ground up in the spice, right? Um, when I buy shampoo, I sometimes will take ground rosemary and ground cloves and put them in my shampoo. Oh man, shit, y'all got me fucked up. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Put it in your shampoo. Just sprinkle it in there, shake it up, and leave it. And so when you go to wash your hair, first of all, everybody needs to know that you got to wash your hair at least 2 or 3 times. The first time, it's just to get that surface stuff off. The second time, now you're getting into the crux of it's getting into the pores of your skin. It's breaking down all the buildup on your hair. Thank you, Miss White. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Oh, y'all showing me so much love. Thank you. Spec, thank you, boo. Thank you so much. I love y'all for this. Thank y'all. And then the third time, and each time you wash your hair, each in this setting, use less and less shampoo, right? The third time you do it, you're just getting all the places that you might have missed. All the places you might have missed. You go around your edges, behind your ears, the nape of your neck, the crown of your head. Make sure that you're using the palettes where your fingerprints are, not your fingernails. You don't want to scrape your scalp. You want to massage your scalp. You want to use the buds of your fingers. That's where your fingerprints are. That's how you manipulate the shampoo. A lot of people scrape. They use their fingernails. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're tenderizing your scalp. You don't want to scrape it away. You want to wash it away. You ever notice that after you get your hair done, your scalp be sore as shit? That's from it being scratched. You don't want to scratch your scalp. Right? I mean, unless you've been doing some damaging activity like putting glue on your scalp, like some people do, in that sense, then yeah, I guess you might want to scratch it a little bit, make sure you get it all off. I don't know. I don't do it. Okay. I might have used glue in my whole life one time. And that's because I was getting ready to go to an event and a stitch. Like sometimes back in the 90s, we had those age symmetrical shape haircuts, like with salt and pepper, right? And we wanted one side to be much longer than the other side. And so we would put a track or two just to fill it out a little bit. We didn't want our shit looking, like it was anorexic. We wanted that side that's hanging long to be full and beautiful. So we would add a track or two on that side, right? Well, mine was braided in. Like I would braid it and sew it on. Wasn't no glue going on. Yes, full lady, right. You didn't want no anorexic looking hairdos. You understand what I'm saying? And so Um, I would have mine have a braid, and then I would have mine sewn in. But this one particular time, and this happened about 6 years ago, I was getting ready to go to my granddaughter's first birthday, and a stitch had came loose. So what did I do? My daughter had left some glue over here because she always does her. She used to always do her hair at my house, and I used her glue to stitch that part of the track that the stitch had came out of. I put the glue right there, but I put the glue on my hair, not my scalp. So anyway, as I was saying, don't scrape your scalp. Don't do that. Don't scrape it. Use the tips of your fingers where your fingerprints are, because in that way you are massaging your scalp as well as manipulating the hair to loosen up all the buildup. Okay? And so the ladies with the braids, oh man, they're beautiful, aren't they? Oh man, these braids, beautiful. The ones that do them right. And y'all will see the difference in this video that I'm going to play. But some of these ladies, oh man, these braids are phenomenal. Oh, they're beautiful. But guess what, boo? They're heavy. The braids are getting longer and longer, heavier and heavier. Some chicks is wearing braids down to their feet. I don't understand that. It ain't to my understanding. It's none of my business. But if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. Baby, do you understand what that heavy hair is doing to your scalp? It is pulling it. Every time you fling your head, it's pulling it. Every time you shake and rattle and roll, it's pulling it. And your hair follicles are screaming. Your scalp is crying. Oh, but you look good though, so you don't care. Okay. All right. Spec said your hair is your crown. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all will hear me read a portion. There's a portion in this video where the woman says our hairstyles it used to speak a language. It used to tell what tribe we belonged to, how old we were, if we were married or not. Our hair spoke a language. Y'all, some of y'all might remember the live that I did about the hair coverings that our women would wear. And according to the pattern on the cloth and the way that it was designed and constructed on her head, it spoke a language. See, that's why them other folks don't like us. Because we could have a whole conversation just walking down the street, and we would acknowledge each other accordingly. That was back when Black folks loved each other. That's when they were doing that. See, today the language is mine's longer than yours. Mine costs more than yours. That's what it's saying now. You know what I mean? And that's very unfortunate. It really, really is. Because, man, listen, I done seen some pixie cuts that made me cut my hair. Okay? Man, listen, I left one day, about 8 years ago. I left home to go to my hairstylist. And I came back. Yeah, no. My husband came in the house like, whoa, what did I do? That's what my husband said. He said, what did I do? Because, see, he understood. See, his mother was a hairdresser. And he understood that a lot of times when a woman is going through stuff, One thing she can control is her hair. And we would sometimes act out with our hair. Y'all remember Waiting to Exhale? What's the first thing she did? She went to her hairstylist. She said, cut this shit off. And homegirl said, wait a minute, what you talking about? She said, I said, cut it off. I'm done with it. I'm done with this. She said, your hair is beautiful. She said, okay, give me. She snatched the scissors and cut it off. She said, okay, stop before you mess it up. That's the first thing we do. Lady says, and we would come home and redo it after leaving the shop. Sometimes we've had to do that. You know, spray it, comb it in a different direction. You know what I mean? Yeah. Wrap it up and then comb it back out. Yeah, we play with it. That's what we doing, lady. We play with it. Because it's so pretty. So don't get me wrong. I'm not, like I said, I've had long hair all my life. So jealous of people with long hair just ain't what it is. I have cut off my long hair to have a pixie cut. The pictures early on my page was a cut that I had. My hair was tapered along the sides and in the back. Yeah, my hair wasn't in a ponytail. It was short as shit, and I loved it. Get up and go. That's all I had to do. Spray that oil sheen, run my fingers through it. I'm ready. Okay. So no, this ain't about being jealous. However, some women, we are not going to act like they don't exist. And so what women are doing is really messing their hair up. Their scalp. I'm just going to play the video. I ain't going to play with y'all. I'm just going to play this good video. And we going to go from there. And I'm going to read it as we go because I've got it muted. Okay. All right. So what it says is, every African woman knows this feeling. You finally leave the salon after spending 6, sometimes 8 hours in the chair. The braids look incredible. Everyone compliments them. You take a few pictures, maybe even post them online before you get home. But later that night, you discover something nobody warned you about. You can't sleep. Every time your head touches the pillow, your scalp feels like it's on fire. Even smiling hurts. Yawning hurts. Even blinking somehow feels like it's connected to your hair, and almost everyone gives you the exact same advice. Don't worry. Beauty is pain. Give it a few days. Y'all, she's screaming. Y'all hear me? She is screaming. We've heard those words for so long that most of us stopped questioning them. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see her edges? Do y'all see that? I don't understand. And please, if y'all I'm not being facetious, I'm not being sarcastic. I want us to talk about this. Okay? I want us to talk about this, y'all. Help me understand. Why would a person, do y'all see how far her scalp is? Her hairline is here. This is her hairline. She has lost a whole row of braids of hair. All this right here, this is bald. This is her hairline. Where's the hair that was back here? It's gone. That's a whole row Gone. Somebody please explain to me. That's what those tight braids eventually do to you. And they continue to get them. That's the part I don't understand. They continue to get them and allow the braider to literally pull their brains out in order to braid it. I don't understand that. Why? It does not. It is not supposed to hurt. It's not. And a person who really knows what they're doing won't let it hurt. It's crazy, Spec. I don't understand this. And I don't understand the people who look at these women's heads and don't say something to them. They are not your, listen. If your friend don't tell you that something's wrong, then that's not your friend. And if she doing the same thing, y'all both stupid together. I'm sorry. Damn, I told Drip I wasn't going to say the word stupid. Well, I'm sorry. But y'all are both naive together. I'll put it that way. Just being naive. Because when it loosens up, it's loosened up for a reason. It's loosened up because it's gone. It's because the hair has been pulled out from the hair follicles. That's why it loosens up. But I'll continue. And again, I'm going to be reading. We've heard those words for so long that most of us stopped questioning them. Pain became part of the experience, almost like it was proof that the hairstyle had been done properly. But what if we've been misunderstanding that pain all along? Because across Africa, doctors are seeing increasing numbers of women developing traction alopecia, hair loss caused by repeated tension on their hair follicles. Studies suggest roughly 1/3 of Black women who regularly wear high tension hairstyles may be affected with some South African studies reporting even higher rates in certain groups. And there's the frightening part. Nearly 1 in 5 women who developed it never experienced any warning symptoms before the damage became visible. So how can none of America's oldest protective hairstyles sometimes stop protecting the hair it was meant to protect? Long before wigs, before lace fronts, before Instagram, TikTok, African women were already creating some of the most sophisticated hairstyles in the world. Hair wasn't simply decoration, it was communication. Your hairstyle could tell people your tribe, your age, whether you are married, sometimes even your social status. Braiding wasn't just about looking beautiful, it was tradition. Entire afternoons were spent sitting together while mothers braided daughters, grandmothers braided grandchildren. Friends braided one another while exchanging stories, jokes, and gossip. Here became a language. And perhaps that's why braids have survived for thousands of years, because they aren't simply fashion. They are our culture. They are our identity. They're home. Which makes today's conversation a bit uncomfortable, because something becomes part of your identity, it's much harder to question it. So let's clear something up immediately. Braids are not the enemy. In fact, y'all look at this. My God. Braids are not the enemy. In fact, when they are done correctly, they are protective. They reduce daily manipulation, protect natural hair from constant brushing, save hours of styling every morning. And for many women, they are one of the most practical hairstyles imaginable. So, what changed? Modern beauty standards, of course. Take a look around social media. Braids are getting longer, heavier, neater, more dramatic. Today's hairstyles isn't competing with your neighbor anymore. It's competing with thousands of photos on Instagram and TikTok. Perfection became the standard. Anywhere along the way, comfort completely disappeared. Sometimes hairstyles become, oh my God, I got to pause it right here. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Hey, Steptoe. Hey, boo. Thank you for joining us, babe. Do y'all see this? Hairline is here. This is her hairline. What happened all back here? The braids pulled it out. I dare tell y'all this square right here was a braid. Right here was a braid, but it's gone. And then right here was another braid. Y'all feel me? Right here was a braid, but it's gone. She's pulling her hair out. Just slowly balding. Slowly. Let me see some comments. Yeah. Yeah, Spec like, damn, wow. Yes. Also the glue from the weaves. Yes, ma'am. Yes. We gonna talk about weaves tomorrow. But you can literally see the squares on her scalp. You can see the squares right here. Here's a square. Here's a square. Here's a square. You know what I mean? Here's one. Here's one. You could literally see where the braids were, and then you could see where it pulled out all her damn hair. And she's sitting there about to get it braided again. Yeah. So let me continue reading. Sometimes hairstyles become so tight, your eyebrows receive a complimentary facelift. Congratulations. You asked for, oh my God, you asked for braids, but somehow left the salon looking permanently surprised. Funny until your hairline starts disappearing. Y'all, she is screaming, okay? She's screaming. Listen.
Saloon culture, but in years or beauty is pain.
Okay? She's screaming. Every single hair on your head grows from a tiny structure called a hair follicle. Think of it like a tree growing from soil, healthy tree, healthy follicles, healthy hair. Now imagine someone pulling that tree every single day. They pulling the shit out of it. Not enough to rip it out immediately, just enough to stress it again and again and again. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Oh my God. Look. 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 Stop playing. Look. What's going on? Look at there. This is her hairline. Right here. And it's gone. All of this is gone. But we'll continue. That's essentially what traction alopecia is. Repeated tension slowly weakens the follicle until it struggles to produce healthy hair. Look at there. Look at there. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all cannot. What? What is this? What is that? What is that? Spec says, I had a friend that got burnt like that from the African braiders and she sued them. Drip said, oh, heck no. Lady said, oh, that's too tight. Spec said, Lord, look at this. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Why? 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 What is this? Is beyond denial. This is beyond denial. Her hair, her edge, her hairline is here. Do y'all see my cursor when I'm moving it? Her hairline is here. Her hairline is here. All his hair is gone. All of it. All of this hair is gone. I'll continue. It doesn't happen overnight. That's what makes it so dangerous. Your hairstyles still looks amazing. People still compliment you. Meanwhile, your follicles are quietly absorbing weeks of constant tension. And because the process is gradual, many people don't realize anything is wrong until their hairline has already started moving backwards. Here's something I find fascinating. Pain has become normal. Look at there. Look at this. It's crazy. This is crazy. Pain has become normal and almost expected. How many times have you heard, if it hurts, it lasts longer, or beauty is pain? We've repeated those phrases for so many years. They become part of our salon culture. But dermatologists see things differently. Pain during installation isn't something to celebrate. It's often one of the earliest signs that excessive force is being placed on the follicles and is something that becomes scary. Researchers found that almost 19% of people diagnosed with traction alopecia never experienced any warning signs or symptoms at all. No burning, no tenderness, no obvious pain. The damage simply continued silently until one day the edges never came back. Some people assume their hair loss is temporary. Sometimes it is, but not always. If tension continues long enough, the follicle itself can become scarred. Once enough scarring develops, parent medicine can't restore the follicle to the way it was before. Prevention and catching the problem early becomes the most effective approach. Doctors are also concerned about another form of scarring hair loss, more common among women of African descent, that may be aggravated by the tight hairstyles alongside other genetic and health factors. That's why paying attention to early warning signs matters so much. Your scalp whispers long before it screams. Here's something else that many people don't realize. Braids aren't acting alone. Research shows that combing tight braids, here it comes, with chemically relaxed hair, dramatically increases the risk of traction alopecia. One study found the odds were nearly 3.5 times higher than tight braiding on natural hair. In other words, it isn't usually one bad decision. It's dozens of small ones. Tight braids, heavy tension, chemical relaxers, keeping styles installed for too long, never giving the scalp time to recover. Each decision seems harmless on its own. Together, they slowly add up. I'm going to take this back because I want to show something. Look at there. Look how tight that is. Look how tight that is. Look how tight that is. That is so tight, y'all, that it's literally pulling her skin. You can't make this up, Spec. I'm glad I came back to the comments. Let me see what's going on here. Lady says no hair. Terrible. Spec said they can braid, but have no knowledge in hair health. None. None. They can't, or they wouldn't be doing this. Look at this picture, y'all. Linda says education because I thought it had to be genetic. Some stuff, like the length of your hair, not everybody is born with the genetics to have long hair, right? Some people have long hair, but it takes a long time for it to grow. Those are genetics. We're talking about the damage that's being done to hair, Linda. That's what we're talking about, the damage. And there even comes a point where genetics don't matter no more because the skin, the surface, your scalp is so scarred that it won't even grow back there anymore. Spec said it makes no sense, Buttercup. They should be educated in this in order to be licensed. They should be. Yes, Buttercup, it's horrible. Thank you for educating me because I thought it was only generic. No. Buttercup said, why would they braid anyone's hair that freaking tight? Exactly. It makes no sense at all. Who did this just ain't. Yeah. Yes, lady, they ain't shit. I'll say it. Whoever braided this woman's hair like this, they ain't shit for this. This is not right. Look at how bunched up her skin is back there. And if it's that tight in the back, y'all are going to see where, or I don't know if it's already went past, where the girl lifted up her hair and she was balding in the back. That's from this kind of stuff right here. It's too tight, Steptoe. Way too tight. And they think a couple of Tylenols will get them through it. Yeah. Lady said, and it's different colors. Because of the tension, boo. Because of the tension. That's cutting off circulation. Yes, her scalp is red. Yes. Buttercup says, I have witnessed it when people in my area, their hair was so tight that they had to take it out. Spec said, I see you've been over there listening to my boy. Spec said, this is a cold-blooded demonstration. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. But let me continue. Oh, Lord. Some researchers have also raised concerns about chemicals found in certain synthetic braiding hair products, though more work is still being done to understand the long-term health effects of related exposure to certain braids. So this conversation isn't really about blaming braids. It's about understanding how modern beauty routines have become more demanding than ever before. So, can you still wear braids? Absolutely. This isn't a video. Hold on, because I'm about to take it back. I'm about to take it right back where we were. All right. Okay. This isn't a video telling women to stop wearing braids. That will ignore thousands of years of African history. Braids remain one of the most beautiful, practical, and culturally significant hairstyles in the world. The lesson isn't to abandon them, it's to respect the scalp. If fresh braids are causing tension, pain, don't dismiss it simply because everyone else does it. If your edges are becoming thinner, pay attention. If you're wearing heavy styles back to back for months without giving your hair a break, it may be worth rethinking that routine. Sometimes protecting your hair means protecting it from too much protection. Sometimes you need to protect your scalp. Tradition survive because they adapt. African braiding has survived for thousands of years because it's beautiful, creative, practical, and deeply connected to identity. That should change. No, that shouldn't change. But perhaps one tradition deserves to disappear. The tradition of believing pain is simply the price of beauty. Because maybe the strongest hairstyle isn't the one that pulled the tightest. It isn't the one with the sharpest edges or the longest extensions. It's the one that still allows you to enjoy your hair 10 or 20 years from now. So the next time someone leaves the salon unable to smile, unable to sleep, and someone casually says, "Don't worry, it's supposed to hurt," maybe ask one simple question. But is it really supposed to hurt? Or have we become so used to the pain, so desensitized, that we've stopped recognizing it as a warning? Is it the new norm? Anyway, that's the video. I want to know, y'all. And I'm going to keep the video playing. But I'm going to come back to, hey, So Pretty. Thank you for joining us, love. Is this really how we're going to let this happen? We really going to let it go down like this? For real, y'all? For real? We okay with the balding, the tension alopecia that happens from these braids? We okay with that? And then as soon as somebody says something about your edges, you're mad. But you're the one who did it. That's become one of the first things. It's like calling a big girl fat, right? The first thing a chick say now with your bald-headed ass. Because why? Because she don't have edges. I don't want that for us, y'all. I want us to be beautiful and healthy. And health starts, or can start, from the crown of our head. It doesn't have to be tight to be neat. Look how pretty that is. That is ridiculous. Do y'all see this? Look at that. That is utterly ridiculous. Like, I don't understand what the hell that was. I don't. This is what's happening with the hair follicles. That's a healthy one. That's a healthy one. And then it's growing because it's stimulated. It's growing. And then here's the pain, pulling it, and pulling it every time. just pulling it. Absolutely, Buttercup. And this is what happens every time you get your hair braided and rebraided. Look at that. Look at that. That's what happens. And then it comes out. And you'll be good if it comes back. I don't understand. I don't understand. When did people become okay? Look at her scalp. Her hair is gone. When did that become all right? This girl got a head full of thick ass hair. Beautiful. Oh man, listen, I'm taking it back. Beautiful, thick hair. Look at there. Look at her head. Beautiful, thick hair. But look what's happening right here. She keep pulling her hair back in the ponytail. And all this right here on these edges is going away. Because again, this is her hairline. This is her hairline right here. So all of this damage that's been happening, she better start paying attention. She better start paying attention. Or anyone like this. Y'all, please start paying attention. All of this beautiful, thick hair. Beautiful. But her edges are not healthy. It's a fact of the matter. Her edges are not healthy. Look at this. Look at this. She don't even look happy. She has no edges. When I say edges, I mean there's no baby hair. There's nothing. It's just, I mean, she barely got eyebrows. I'm just keeping it a bean. She barely got eyebrows. But there's nothing. It's all clear. It's all gone. There's Lord have mercy. If it hurts for you to touch your head, look at this. Look at this. That's crazy. That's just crazy. She's screaming. Her braids are so tight. She is speaking in tongues. I don't even know what's going on right here. This one, she's screaming because they braiding so tight. That's crazy. Let me go back to these. Okay. Lady said that's pain. Spec says she probably can't sleep at night. That Buttercup said that looks like it's cutting into her head. Absolutely. So Pretty says, got my hair like that twice. And both times I was taking it down a few hours after I got home. Just way too tight. Absolutely. Felt like my brain was literally being pulled out around my edges. Wasted my money. I can imagine. Look at hers. There's no edges right there. There was no edges. And it's like it's okay. There's no edges here. Nothing. There is nothing here. Nothing at all. And she just steady getting them done, pushing them further and further back. I don't know if this is a mental illness. I don't know what level of delusion it takes someone to be in not to realize that there is an issue right here and that getting these braids are not a good idea. I don't know. But this needed to stop a long time ago. Oh my God. Spec said, ain't no way. Lady said, in the edges, the edge area is already sensitive. Yes. Hey, Sunflower. Thank you for joining us, boo. So Pretty said, oh my God, I even went and bought some Braid Scalp cooling spray. It helped maybe 5 minutes. Yes. Yes. Gotta leave them edges out. But look right here, though, y'all. Right here, the edges ain't the issue. Look. Look. This is the top of the head. This is the top of the head, y'all. So see, it ain't always the edges, y'all. Sunflower, you see that? It ain't always the edges. This woman right here, it was her edges and the top of her head. See that? It was around the front and the top of her head. I promise y'all, this is no shade. I am just saying what a whole lot of people should be saying. This is not pulling her hair. This is not painful. It's not painful at all. That's tight. That right there, that's tight. See how it's pulling her edges? We got to be careful, man. That don't look tight at all. That heavy stuff right there, look at the perming. They left their braids in too long. That's damaging as well. Look at, that's what I was talking about the back. Ooh, look. Look, y'all. Look. Look. Hey, Doobie. Look at there, y'all. Look at there. See? So that's what I mean when I say it's not just the edges. Not in the front anyway. Sometimes it happens in the back. Yes, Spec. Look at there. Look at there. Because it's too damn tight. Because it's too much. Too frequent. Meaning too much. Too fast. Too often. We got to treat our scalp. We've got to love it. We got to give it a break. Be real sometimes. You can't walk around here fake all the damn time. Leave that stuff out your head for a while. Love on yourself. Love you, who you really are. Not your representative that you take to the club or that you take to work. If it's the weekend, damn it, and you're off, love on you. You're really you. Your real self. Love you. Thank you, Special K. Me too. She said, I'll stick to my wash and says, thank you. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. Let me tell y'all. I was telling Drip earlier. Because I usually talk to Drip or Lady about what I'm going to talk about in my lives. Unless somebody sends me something. And then they would know. I told Drip today about my regimen. I have not put heat, any kind, blow dryer, curling iron, anything, nothing, no heat on my head in months. And I do mean months. I wash my hair, let's say, hypothetically speaking, on a Friday. I wash it. When I'm done with the 2 or 3 washings, I put the conditioner on my hair. And I grab it, wrap it up, put it in a ball, and I'm done. I leave that conditioner on my hair for 24 hours. The next day, in the shower, I wash it out, and wash it out really good. And I've already told you guys that I use the aloe vera juice. Once the conditioner is rinsed out, I spray my hair with the aloe vera juice, wrap it up again, put it up in a bun, and leave it. I have not combed my hair. I have not brushed my hair. I have not put any tension on my hair. All I've done is washed it, conditioned it, and now I've sprayed it. Grabbed it, put it in a bun, left it there. And when I say a bun, I mean like one of those ponytail holder thingies, one of those. The next day, because by then it's all dry. The next day, because now it's dry. Hold on a minute, y'all. My husband coming in. Hold on 1 second. He talking about the mail. Hey, Poppy. Hey, Poppy. Hey, Mom. Right. So now we're on to the third day, guys. I'm back. Thank you, guys. Now we're on to the third day where the aloe vera juice have dried. Now I'll take a Y2 comb and I'll part my hair in 4 parts. And I will, starting at the edges of my hair, the ends of my hair, comb my hair out. Right? You start at the bottom, you work your way towards your scalp. I take the concoction that I've already told you guys what I use: shea butter or olive oil, olive cloves, and rosemary, and coffee. I make that concoction and make my moisturizer. I grease my scalp with it and I braid it up. Right now I have 4 braids in my hair. Right now, 4 braids. And ever so often, like every 2 days, 3 days, I take the braids down, I comb them out, I spray it with the aloe vera juice. If I need to grease my scalp again, I will. Part it again, brush it, braid it, right back up. That's what I do. And if I'm going out to run errands or something like that, I'll just comb my hair into a ponytail. And that's it. I only use rubber bands on the ends of my hair, and that's to keep the braids from coming to loose. So hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. And so I comb it out. I put it in a ponytail. I spray my hair with the oil sheen and I go. That's what I do. I don't put heat on my head at all. Let me get with y'all comments because I see y'all is talking. Sunflower said, I understand what you're saying, but everybody don't have long hair. And I say all hair is good, but you just need the right beautician to show you. Some don't have a choice with their hair. Well, unfortunately, Sunflower, you missed it when I said that, because I certainly did. I said that. I said, no matter what length your hair is, take care of your scalp. Right? I did in the beginning. Not everybody is meant to have long hair. Not everybody will have healthy. The point of the matter is to have healthy hair. I don't care what length your hair is. Okay? I've had short hair. I've had my hair cut where my hair was short. Okay? No, everybody does not have long hair. Absolutely not. I'm just simply talking about healthy hair, no matter what length your hair is. Healthy scalp, healthy hair follicles. That's what I'm talking about. Special K says, yes, a lot of heat is definitely bad for your hair. Absolutely it is. And we're going out in 100-degree weather with the sun beaming down on our hair. Absolutely. And we've got these oils in our hair to moisturize it, you know? Yeah. Linda says, the problem is there isn't real beauticians left. A lot of people are just a hairstylist, which totally different thing. Absolutely. Sunflower said, this is my opinion, and I see it with family and friends. Women do what they have to do to feel good about themselves. Who will walk around with a bald spot? I'm just saying, you got to see it. Absolutely. Sunflower, I don't know if you're taking or getting the impression like I'm attacking people with these hair conditions, because I'm not. I guess maybe you had to be here at the beginning to hear my approach to where we were at by the time you came in. I literally said, I am not judging. I'm here to help. I'm here to say the kind of stuff that people are not saying. And short hair does not mean unhealthy hair. Some people have a head full of short hair, but it's healthy. Okay. Right? Short doesn't mean it's ugly. Okay? And long doesn't mean it's healthy. Right? What I'm talking about is how women need to give their scalp a break, so that what we see on the screen right now doesn't happen. You got to go back and catch the replay. We're talking about the procedures that are done that are damaging our scalp and preventing our hair from growing back in some cases. Some traction alopecia is not repairable because the damage has been done so often and frequently. Meaning time after time and quickly, like they take it down, they braid it right back up, like no rest for the scalp. Linda says a beautician specializes in hair and a hairstylist just a quick fix. Yeah, a hairstylist just styles your hair. Sunflower says you got to see through their eyes too. And it's not that easy for some. You may have some watching you that's dealing with this and won't say. Some may not have money to get help with it. Just saying. Okay. Let me see. Because I don't understand what you're not hearing, unless it's just because you weren't from the beginning. All I'm saying, Sunflower, is give your scalp a break. That's all I'm saying. And giving your scalp a break doesn't require money. It doesn't. It doesn't require money. And sometimes that's a good reason to wear a bonnet, right? I remember months ago, someone said that they were tired of seeing women walking around outside with bonnets on. And I specifically said, I'll take a bonnet over them not combing their hair at all any day. See, so I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I'm coming from a place of concern. This, what we've seen in this video, is happening because of women constantly Like this picture right here. These braids were left in way too long. And so when you go to take this hair down, hair is going to come out, right? So it's about paying attention and just doing the proper things. We were talking about when the hair is just too tight. This is proper braiding. This is damage that's been done over time. Do we expect for them to walk around bald like this? No, I don't. But there are wigs that people can wear without putting glue on their hair. There are hair covering scarves that women can wear to give their scalp a break, a rest from the tension and the pulling and the tight braiding. That's what I'm talking about, love. Sunflower says, Linda, everybody may not be able to afford the beautician to keep treatment up. Y'all, my best friend is a beautician and I see all this. And a lot of women suffer from just alopecia and balding. Absolutely. That's why I said traction alopecia. That's why I said traction. That's different. You feel me? That's why I said traction. Yeah. Thank you, Drip. Thank you, Bulky. Thank you, babe. Thank you 2 times. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sunflower says some women get styles and have to keep them longer than necessary because they can't afford to pay every other week. I'm just saying, I wish I could go to my beautician every week, but I can't. Sunflower, I don't understand what part you're not understanding, but when I say give it a rest, that means to take it down and don't go back to the beautician. I didn't say keep going, keep up, keep up. No, that's part of the problem, love. That's part of the problem. The constant tension on your scalp, the constant pulling, the constant tightness, pulling your hair follicles out. That's my point, is to take it easy. Take the braids out, wash your hair, condition your hair, and just leave it. Don't run back to the beautician, is what I'm saying. So actually, love, I think we're both saying the same thing, but you may not be hearing me because I'm saying what you're saying. Due to the fact there are some women out there that can't rush right every week. First of all, you shouldn't be getting your hair braided every week any doggone way. Let's be clear. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. Or every other week. You shouldn't. Right? I would say, I don't know, because I don't get my hair braided. All I'm saying is, whenever you take it down, give your scalp a break. Love on it. Love you, your natural you. Because some women, we're going to keep it real here, some women run to get their hair redone because they don't want people to know how short their hair really is. Let's keep it a bean here. Some people don't think that they're acceptable without status quo. Status quo being what? What we're talking about, braided hair with styles, the long braids down to their feet, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so let me see. I did just arrive not long ago in the chat, and I will definitely go back and listen. Thank you. Hey, KG. What's going on, love? Listen, KG. You shared some stuff today and it fell on my timeline. Yeah, I deleted that because that name will never be on my timeline anywhere at any time for any reason. And you know what I'm talking about. But it's you shared it on your page, and because I'm subscribed to you, it came on my page. That's all I'm saying. And I just want you to know, if you go on my timeline and you don't see that, it's not because I'm shading you. It's because I don't want that damn name on my timeline. Anytime, anywhere, for any reason. But I love you, boo. Thank you for joining us. Where you been? Hold on a minute. Me and you got a problem, KG. Where you been, girl? Where have you been? Where you been? What you been doing? You've been being bad. I almost got my switch on you the other night. Spec said this is definitely a good conversation. Everybody's speaking. Okay, Sunflower says, I know exactly what you are saying, but I didn't hear this full live. I know what you've discussed or not. My bad. Okay. Thank you, Sunflower. Thank you, boo. Yeah, go back and catch the rest. I promise. When I'm having these kind of discussions, y'all, I am never coming from an ugly place. I am never coming from judgment. I am here. I tell y'all about the products that I use. I show y'all my hair, my skin. I do that because I want to share it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how y'all ask somebody, what do you use on your hair? And they know damn well what they're using on their hair, but they say some stuff like, girl, I don't even know, girl. My beautician be doing this. That's that hater shit. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I'm using, and I've shown you. I've done it. I'm dropping the jewels. I have no problem with it. For real. I have no problem with it. I'm sharing it with the ladies. Even folks that watch my shit that don't even fuck with me, they can go do it too. I don't have a hater bone in my body. I want us all to be beautiful. I want all of us not to walk around with a head full of hair that ain't healthy. Walk around, if your hair has to be short to be healthy, damn it, cut it. If you can have long hair and have it healthy, damn it, do it. All I want is healthy. Because if we have a healthy scalp, we'll have healthy hair. If we have healthy hair, we'll have healthy skin. If we have healthy skin, we have a beautiful face. That's what I want for all of us. For all of us, that's what I want. Lady says, Sean B, she going back to listen to the full thing. Then it will add up. Yep. I was too far in the comments. I didn't see it. Okay, KG says, I got you. I've been in the cut. Miss Sean B, yeah, okay, in the cut. You almost got that switch the other night. But you cool, though. You walked it back, and that was very mature of you. And I was very proud of you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? One of the most mature things that a grown person can do is admit when they're wrong and correct it. And I love you for that. Yeah. Absolutely. Because I'll say again, our babies don't have nothing to do with this. Okay, KG said, what happened to the lady hair on the screen? Well, you got to go back and catch the replay, KG, but we were talking about tension or traction alopecia. It is what's happening to women that are getting their hair braided on a constant basis. See her edges? See how they're gone? They're gone. She should have stopped this process of her hair a long time ago. This right here. See? Her hairline is here. You can see it. Her hairline is here. What happened to all this hair right here? It came out from the braids. Right here. See? Her edges? Gone. Gone. That's what I'm talking about. Stop doing this, ladies. Stop doing it. It's okay to have braids. Look at the hairline. Look at the hair breaking off, right? It's okay to have braids, But if you're causing bald spots, look up here, look right here, then it's something that you're not doing to your scalp. Right here, this woman is screaming because they're pulling and braiding very tightly. That's not good. This one, her braids is so tight that even when they sprayed something on it, I guess it hurt because she's fighting them from spraying something on her. Ain't nothing but that cooling spray. This woman here, they're braiding her hair and the braids are so tiny and so tight that she's literally speaking in tongues. This one, the steam from this hot water. If it hurts, we shouldn't be doing it. She's putting a wet cloth on her scalp because her braids are so tight. Look at this. Look at this. Why does that look like that? Somebody tell me. Where's her hair? Where's her edges? Look at here. This young lady right here, Sunflower, here's a prime example. This baby girl right here, she got a head full of thick, beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. But if she keeps pulling this hair, now this don't have nothing to do with braids, right? If she keeps pulling her hair back in this ponytail, this tension is causing her hair to break off. Her hairline is here. What's going on up here? Where's all this hair at? Because she's pulling it in this ponytail and it's breaking off. That's what we were talking about, KG. Look right here. Right here, I was saying you could see the squares where the braids were, right? You could see the squares. And then you see right here where there's nothing. There's nothing. Traction alopecia. And then these long braids. They're heavy, babies. They're heavy. And then this was showing what happens to your hair follicles. I'm going to let it play. Right there. Y'all see that? That's what's happening to our hair follicles. That right there. That's what's happening to our hair follicles when we let someone braid our hair to the point where it hurts. If it hurts, it should not be happening. You find you somebody who can braid your hair without hurting you. KG said, I'm not paying nobody to have me in pain. That is ridiculous. Yes, it's ridiculous. This hair follicle, all this hair, this is going to fall out. That's where the traction alopecia starts. Sometimes it grows back over time. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the damage is so severe that it will not grow back. People have put themselves into permanent balding because of their, techniques because of their hair practices, what they're allowing someone to do to their hair. Absolutely. This is not what our hair follicles should look like. Let me take it back just a tick. This is how it starts. This is what a healthy hair follicle looks like. This is what it looks like. And then it starts to grow. And there's the hair. And then we turn around and do this to it repeatedly. We turn around and do that. And if the braids are heavy, look at this. Y'all not going to tell me. This looks healthy. Okay? Y'all see that? Everybody look at the screen, please. That looks healthy. But even right here is red. Even right here. It's red. Right here. You can see it. Right? One click. Look at this baby's head. Look at this baby's head. Somebody told her that that was okay. Look at that. Somebody told this girl that this was okay, y'all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not okay. Look right here, y'all. Look right here where I'm circling. Look right here. Why is that like that? Why is that so bunched up right there? I don't understand that. What is this? Is this glue? Is this hair? I don't understand. But look, she don't even have any eyebrows. She don't even have any eyebrows. So I don't know. I don't know. There is a certain disease, scalp hair disease, where some people don't have a lot of hair on their body. So maybe that's what she suffers from. But pulling your hair tight like this certainly does not help the situation. It does not. I'm going to try to find that picture that we saw earlier. There it is. Y'all tell me what's going on here. Why is that braided so tightly? Some women will deal with anything for a look. I don't do well with pain. Hell no. At all. No kind. Mm-mm. Look at this, y'all. KG said all that trying to be cute ain't worth the pain and not being able to lay down at night. Not worth the pain, not being able to sleep, becoming bald-headed. You know what I mean? Having bald spots and things like that is not worth it. All of that is not worth it. If you're so worried about the status quo or looking nice, why would you allow yourself to become, why would you allow yourself to develop bald spots? I am not saying don't get your hair braided. Like it says earlier in the video, it's cultural. It's beautiful. It speaks languages. But it's not what you're doing. It's the way you're doing it. And what you're not doing. Because a lot of people just take their hair down, wash it, bloop, and get it braided right back up. No treatments. No conditioning. No downtime. Girl, KG said, does those hairdos come with a bottle of Tylenol? Girl, I don't even know that Tylenol would help. I don't know. I've even seen women take, what is it called? Ambisol, and rub it on their scalp to numb it. But they won't not let a person braid their hair too tight. Makes no sense to me. Why are you putting what belongs in your mouth on your head? That is denial at its best, y'all. And it's very unfortunate. I want better for us, y'all. I am going to say, I don't care if your hair is short. I don't care if your hair is long. I just want it to be healthy. I want it to be beautiful. I want that for you. I want that for you. And the way to do it is to find the proper shampoo, right? The proper conditioner and the proper routine. If your hair is not combed out, please don't brush it. I'm going to say that again. If you have not thoroughly combed your hair out, don't brush it. The brush is only going to grab it and pull it out. Start at the bottom of your hair, the end of your hair, the very end. Start there with a wide tooth comb. Comb it out until you reach the top. And that wide tooth comb comes through your hair freely. And then you can go with a smaller tooth comb. And again, start at the bottom. Work your way up your length of hair until you get to your scalp, combing it out. Once with the proper tooth comb, because my hair is too thick for a small tooth comb. Some hair is just too thick for it. You just can't do it. And you have no business doing it. So don't do it. If you got thick hair, and hopefully we all do, but if you've got thick hair, please don't use a small tooth comb unless you're using the rat tail end of it to part. But please, y'all, don't comb your hair when it's wet. Don't do that. Don't comb your hair when it's wet. Don't do that. Hey, big bruh. Thank you. Thank you for that disclaimer. Thank you. Our hair is at its weakest when it's wet. If y'all ever notice when your hair is wet, you can pull on it and it's kind of bouncy. Like you can pull on it and it's got tension to it, right? Like it'll if it's healthy, you could just gently. If it's wet, you could just gently pull it and it'll, like a rubber band, it'll bounce back. Who is that?
Y'all got my truck, girl.
You got it, boo-boo. Hold on, I'm live. Hold on.
Sorry, guys.
Let me finish. But yes, when it's wet, you can pull on a strand of hair and it'll just bouncy in your finger. It'll bounce back, right? But you can't comb it because it'll get caught in the comb and it'll pull right out. It'll break right off. Let your hair dry. Let it air dry. Let your hair, yes, like a sponge, Sunflower, absolutely, if it's healthy. Now, if you gently pull on it and it break right off, that's letting you know your hair is not healthy. You need some more kind of conditioner. You either need to leave your conditioner in longer or you need a different kind. That's why I say you got your phones with you. While you're standing in the aisles, do your research. It don't take but a minute to make sure that the back of the bottle says the same thing that the front says. Because propaganda is what it is. Like I said in the beginning, the pharmaceutical companies don't give a damn about who we are, what we got, and what we doing as long as we're buying their product. They don't care. They don't care about our race, color, creed, our status in life, nothing. How rich or poor we are, they do not care. They don't care. So please, y'all, condition your hair. Look at this scalp. Look at this. Why would someone allow somebody to braid their hair so tight?
Oh my gosh.
Why?
They can make a bang bus.
Like that's not healthy in nobody's book.
Yeah, she should have said, I can't braid your hair like that. I should have braided your hair down. Oh my God.
I don't know why anyone would do that.
That's a big head.
Stop that.
I'm sorry. She got a lot of head.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah, she got a lot of head too. For her to grab it like that, that's a lot.
That's a lot of hair. And her braids are of a nice size, but she keep going like this. That's not healthy at all, Spec. That's not healthy at all, y'all. And again, I don't mean any harm. I'm coming with this because I want us all to have a head full of healthy hair. That's what I want. I want the good stuff for all of us. I want the good stuff. It doesn't have to hurt, right? That hair don't look that hair do look dangerous. It's in critical condition.
Yes, amen. That's a fact.
It is though.
She gonna have.
It is in critical condition. Absolutely.
She gonna have a migraine forever.
Yeah. KG has said, does that come with a bottle of Tylenol? I said, I don't even know that Tylenol will help.
Hey, would it?
I don't think so.
She got to cut them braids. She got to cut them out. She got to take them braids out.
That's crazy.
Cause the front looked good. All she had to do was braid it back.
Depending on unless she want, I don't know what it was she was trying to achieve.
Or she could have just brought her ponytail back more. Like, you see how my ponytail is right here? Yeah. That's where her ponytail, right? She should have had her ponytail.
She had it like a genie joint on top of her head.
She got too much head for that.
Yeah. That's probably what she's trying to cover up. I don't know. But listen, y'all, conditioner, the right kind of shampoo, moisturizer, oil sheen. Because I know I can't put a lot of grease on my hair. It weighs my hair down. I can't keep a curl. I have to use oil sheen.
Or tea tree oil was good too.
Tea tree, yes. Tea tree oil. Olive oil for that matter.
Yeah, cooking olive oil is good too.
You know, coconut oil. Hey, Ashley Boy Mom, thank you for joining us. But coconut oil, virgin coconut oil is in the Crisco aisle of your grocery store. It's in a jar and it's white. I promise you it'll melt in the palm of your hands. Mm-hmm. That's what you want. You want something that is not heavy. Rosemary oil. I said that at the beginning. Spec, you heard me, baby. That's part of my regimen.
I love it. You get that
the rosemary, absolutely. I have, listen, let me show y'all. Cause y'all can you get my Doppler, that jar right there on the side table? It's green. I'm about to show y'all. Sean B, don't be playing. I'm not lying.
Oh, this is pure rosemary.
Exactly. You heard my daughter. Oh, this is pure rosemary.
You gotta give me some of that.
Mm-hmm. I don't want them to see me in my nightgown, but look, y'all, I'm about to turn this on and show y'all this. Y'all see this? Y'all see what this says?
And that's black owned.
Y'all see that? This is what I use. It's rosemary oil. Okay? This is what I use. It comes in a Doppler. Mm-hmm. This is what I use. I messes with the rosemary, baby. Yeah, Special K, I do. Rosemary, cloves, olive oil, shea butter, and coffee. I'm going to go over that again. I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to do the whole process. Okay, y'all? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the process, and y'all will see. Okay? But y'all remember, it's not supposed to hurt. And our hair is our crown. Let's straighten it up, y'all. Spec said all of that is definitely good for our hair. Absolutely. If we can eat it, we can wear it. Mm-hmm. And it's natural.
Yeah, male raw egg.
Absolutely.
That's a good hair mask.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a live. I got to get all my products. I'm going to do a live where I'm going to show y'all the whole process. I am going to list the stuff earlier that day. So if you want to run out and get it, you can, and we can do it together. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Sunflower, thank you for understanding where I was coming from. I'm never coming from an ugly place or a judgmental place. I will say if it's wrong, I will say that. I'm going to say what some people won't, but I mean no harm, because then I'm going to come with a resolution for it. I'm not just going to talk about it. I want us all to have beautiful, healthy crowns. I want our crowns to shine. Y'all feel me? Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all be good. Peace.
Yeah. Sean B on YouTube. Ooh, yeah. Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak. Yeah. Sean B on YouTube. Ooh, yeah. Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.